Not all of it. Oh, no, stop. No, don't do that.
The script had a very rich kind of journey to make with the costumes, and Tim really wanted it to have a real fantasy element to it once she went down the rabbit hole. And this dress is the sort of original kind of tribute to Alice. It's the demure dress of the period, but when she falls down the rabbit hole, she shrinks out of it and leaves, sheds it like she sheds that world, and then when she reemerges in it, so I kind of call it her cocoon dress. And she's got all her layers here that are great for, for animation when she goes down the hole, so, you get little kicks of color and pattern and stuff in her costume. This dress worked on the green screen, but it also worked in the real world. The technology is so much better now. There aren't a lot of restrictions. Sometimes if something's too shiny, it reflects the green, but that wasn't an issue with this. I have layers of fabric that catch the light rather than reflect it, which gives it kind of a glowing quality, which I like to use.
Someone find us some clothes. Use the curtains if you must, but clothes this enormous girl.
I took, the elements of the Red Queen's court for this dress because it's a dress that's made from her curtains, and sort of gave it a wild, kind of slightly contemporary twist, like, the Minions kind of made it. It's got a kind of wildness to it and just thrown together quality that's young, I think, and fun. Crispin Glover is sort of the Red Queen's henchman, he's her creature, as they say, and he's just so, weird and strange in the movie. I think he's really great. And his costume was originally going to be all animated, but it wasn't kind of working right in the way, the textures and stuff with the Red Queen, and so Tim had me make a costume. Crispin actually never really wore this costume. He wore the green unitard the whole time he worked, and I made this after, and then they put it on him. And the real character's kind of stretched out. So this costume was made, but then it's kind of stretched by the animators. But by using all these elements, it just made it real, and it made it work better in the world of her costume and her court costume. We just put it on another sort of body double type guy to make it, and then they scanned it and put it onto his character. They do it with films a bit, with superhero stuff especially. It's something that's become more possible, I think, in the last few years.
But now you're back, you see, and we need to get on to the Frabjous Day.
Frabjous Day!
We did research on hatters and what they used to make hats, so we had all those things around. I've always loved the idea of a cross body sort of thing, and I had this idea to just use, and I've always loved these little tiny spools of thread that are so beautiful. The colors are old silk thread, and so I got a bunch of them and figured out a way to wire them and make sort of a useful kind of necklace out of them, like the hatter's bandolero. And then these ribbons are ribbons that you could use in hat making. All these are elements that you would actually use in making a hat. His waistcoat's all got layers of detail that, our theory was, as he's waiting for Alice, he kind of does things to his own clothes as he's sitting there at the tea party waiting for her to come back. So I think Tim and I both really want to, even though we've worked together, we don't ever want it to get stale, so we always try to find new ideas and new things to bring into it and keep it alive, and it seems to be working for us.